Whenever it comes to tandoori chicken, it tops the list of menu cards at all Indian restaurants. The unique smoky flavor of a tandoori chicken comes from barbecuing the chicken in huge clay tandoor ovens. So how about bringing one of those huge clay ovens in our homes? Nope, that's next to impossible. Then does that mean we cannot make it at home? Sure you can. You can barbecue it on a grill with charcoal and wood chips, but I do not have any outdoor grill. So today I will be showing you how I bring in that tandoori flavor without using a barbecue grill, and it turns out to be very, very delicious. Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi. Tandoori chicken is all about marination, and it requires a two-step marination process. Coming to the first step of marination, usually chicken leg quarters are taken. With your knife, score the chicken. In this way the chicken gets well cooked and the marination also seeps in to make the chicken flavorful. You need to score near this joint as well. Then there is this elastic sort of thing here. You need to score that as well, or else the meat tends to curl up. You can also make it with only thighs or drumsticks and even chicken breast, but I always prefer thighs and drumsticks. The first marination is very simple. I added 1.5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You can use any vinegar of your choice. Lemon juice is commonly used, but I didn't have any lemons today. Then a tablespoon of finely grated ginger and half a tablespoon of finely grated garlic. Add just half a teaspoon of salt, not more than that, and half a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chilli powder. Now apply all these very well on the chicken. What I do is I usually do this first marination for 4 hours in the refrigerator. You need to marinate for a minimum of 2 hours. This is why I added just a minimum amount of salt in the first marination, because salt has this tendency to draw out moisture, so in that case the chicken will turn dry if marinated for long. The acidity from the vinegar or lime juice tenderizes the chicken and also takes care of any unpleasant odor. Next, let's move to the second marination, for which we need plain unflavored yogurt. But we need thick yogurt. Usually I use Greek yogurt, but today I had only regular plain yogurt. If you are using thick Greek yogurt, you do not need to do the following steps. So this is what we can do. In a bowl sits a strainer, on top of which sits a thin soft cloth. Then 1 cup of yogurt goes in. With gentle hands, squeeze out the excess water. And then you can keep this arrangement in the refrigerator till it's time to use, or you can leave it out like this for about an hour. If it's more than an hour, it needs to sit in the fridge, or else it starts getting sour. Next step, heat about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. Do not let the oil turn smoking hot, or if it does turn smoking hot, just wait for it to cool down a bit. When the oil is warm enough, remove from heat and add 2 tablespoons of Kashmiri chilli powder. Now, almost all restaurants use red food color to bring in that orangish red color, but I really dislike using food color, so I use a heaped tablespoon of sweet paprika. The warmth from the oil will bring out that bright red color from the chili powder and paprika. My friends, food color doesn't bring in any flavor. All it does is attract your attention, and I dislike using artificial food colors. Next, I added a tablespoon of grated ginger and half a tablespoon of grated garlic. Just 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, that is dhania powder, 1 heaped teaspoon of chaat masala. Do not worry if you do not get chaat masala. Just add a teaspoon of cumin seed powder. And then a teaspoon of my flavorful homemade Shahi Garam Masala. I will leave the link to that video in the description box. Half a teaspoon of crushed kasuri methi, that is dried fenugreek leaves. Half a teaspoon of sugar, which is optional, and a teaspoon of salt. So now we've made this flavorful tandoori masala. Next, the thick yogurt goes in. Whisk well to get rid of any lumps. Taste the marinade at this point and adjust the seasonings. Next, just pick the chicken pieces one by one and transfer to the second marinade. Discard all that liquid that comes out from the first marination. You don't need that. Now for the second marination, marinate for an hour, maximum 2 hours, not more than that, or else the chicken will become mushy and watery. I keep it just for an hour at room temperature. Always remember, do not go straight into cooking any meat immediately after taking out from the refrigerator. Allow it to stand at room temperature for an hour. After an hour, I sprinkle 2 teaspoons of gram flour, that is besan. Now as I used regular yogurt, I felt the marinade was looking a bit watery. So this gram flour helps the marinade to stick onto the chicken. Adding gram flour is totally optional. And if you are using thick Greek yogurt, you really do not need to use gram flour. Now at this point, if you have a grill, put them on the grill and you will be done. But I don't have a grill, so this is what I do. I put a piece of charcoal on my gas burner on medium to low heat till it gets red hot. Open your windows and switch on your vent fan on maximum speed when doing this, or else your fire alarm may set off. And my friends, I won't recommend doing this on an electric stove or a stove that has a glass top. You can use one of those portable camping propane stoves as well. Make a small bowl with aluminum foil, or you can also use a steel bowl. Place this on the chicken. Once the charcoal turns red hot, using a pair of tongs, carefully transfer it into the bowl. Be careful that no ashes land on the chicken, because we are not making tandoori chicken with crispy charcoal bits. Okay, my friends, then comes the fun part. Add a little oil on the hot coal and immediately cover the bowl. Keep it like this for 8 to 10 minutes, not more than that. And this will give the chicken that signature smoky tandoori flavor. Let me now show you how I will bake it. I lined my baking tray with aluminum foil for easy cleanup. I placed crumpled up foils on the tray so that the rack has a little bit of height. In this way, the chicken will not get steamed in its own juices by touching the base of the tray. After 10 minutes, carefully remove the coal using a pair of tongs. Remember, the coal is still very hot, so keep it in your kitchen sink along with the foil and discard it once it cools down. Place the chicken on the rack. Do not overcrowd them, as then they will be steaming. You need the hot air to revolve all around it. Apply all that marinade onto the chicken all around. You really do not want to waste all that marinade goodness. Then put this in a preheated oven. I have a convection oven, so I baked it at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. If not using convection, bake it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour. In the meantime, I melted some butter and added a teaspoon of sweet paprika in it. At the 30-minute mark, I basted the chicken with that paprika butter. And my friends, I did turn the chicken twice so that it gets well cooked on both the sides. Nearing that hour, I checked the internal temperature of the chicken with an instant thermometer, and it was 175 degrees Fahrenheit, which is said to be safe cooking temperature when it comes to chicken thighs. You can also go above 175 degrees Fahrenheit when it comes to chicken thighs. I again basted it with butter and transferred it under the hot broiler for 5 to 10 minutes. Now my friends, oven temperatures vary, so your chicken may take less or more time to cook. So I would highly recommend using an instant red thermometer whenever it comes to checking the internal temperature of the chicken. After broiling, I got this delicious tandoori chicken bursting with flavor. It was so juicy, and that smoking charcoal did the trick of bringing it next to that restaurant style, all done in your home style way. You can serve this with steamed basmati rice along with a raita or green chutney, all of which are on my channel page. Please give me a thumbs up and do share this video so that more people can try making tandoori chicken at home. Bye bye.